So here we are outside the ventilation intakes for our building, and there are these very interesting tubes that go through our hillside and into the building. All the ventilation air comes in through these tubes. So all the air that we use has to be conditioned. First goes through the hillside. And why would that be a beneficial thing to do, to bring it through a hillside? Well, to answer that question, I have another question. Where do animals tend to go, at least mammals, when it's cold outside? Or when it's really hot outside, for that matter? Often they burrow underground. Where do bears hibernate? Where do foxes put their dens, and rabbits? In the ground, generally. And that's because the earth regulates a temperature around 55 degrees. So in the wintertime, that's substantially warmer than the outside air. In the summertime, it's substantially cooler. So it helps to kind of regulate a comfortable temperature. 55 isn't super warm, but it's a really good starting place. It's a lot better than outside air temperature in the wintertime. So our hillside actually helps to preheat the building in the wintertime and pre-cool the building in the summertime. So all the ventilation air that's coming in through these tubes gets conditioned by the hillside before it enters the building. Another really awesome way that we are able to capture that 55 degree temperature we're actually standing on top of right now. So buried underneath my feet here in our front lawn and a little bit under the hillside is about 3,000 feet of PEX tubing, just coiled together about 5 feet down, collecting that 55 degree temperature from the earth and pumping it into our heating system. That's called a ground source heat pump because it's taking that temperature from the earth and preheating our heat transfer fluid in our floors. So we have radiant tubing in our floors. So we're essentially pumping the temperature from the under the ground to inside the building under our feet, kind of blending the floor of our building with the ground outside, thermally speaking. So I think that's pretty awesome. And it also makes for pretty awesome energy savings. A ground source heat pump is about 3 times as efficient as a conventional furnace. So for every unit of energy, BTU, that you put in to your furnace, so for every unit of fuel that it burns, you probably get about 0.8. So for every single unit, you get 0.8 units out, or maybe 0.9 if you have a really efficient furnace. But with a ground source heat pump, for every unit of energy you put into it, you can get about 3 units out, which is pretty remarkable and leads to energy savings, emission savings, and dollar savings as well. So the benefits of the earth for heating and cooling, pretty remarkable stuff. Another kind of passive strategy is known as passive solar design. So why don't we head up the hillside and talk a little bit about that?